From the Dogfish Head Brewery, Sam Calagione.
It's been a long, strange, but wonderful trip.
From the Boston Beer Company, Jim Cook. Welcome back to the Friday Beer Buzz, Jim.
Well, it's nice to be back.
Here normally from Aberdeenshire in Scotland. From Brewdog, we have James Watt and Martin Dickey. Welcome to the show, guys.
Biggest mission today is just to make other people passionate about the same craft beers as we are.
And now, the three-time winner of the Pennsylvania Association of Broadcasters Excellence in Broadcasting Award, the recipient of 2 Pennsylvania Associated Press Broadcasters Association Awards for Excellence, promoting and advancing the craft and microbrew culture in Northeast PA. This is another edition
The Friday Beer Buzz.
Friday Beer Buzz! Sorry, you were so on. I don't know how Lindo and I missed that. I'm so sorry. I feel bad. It is the Friday Beer Buzz. And I lost all my...
Thanks everybody, and have a good weekend.
I lost all my information here. I forgot to open it up. And Nancy usually does this. I don't know if you guys heard, but she'll be back on Monday.
I guarantee she doesn't mess this up like this.
No, she never does. But the Friday Beer Buzz is sponsored, of course, by our friends. You're one of them, Lindo, from 17's Bottle Shop and Bar in Exeter. Crowlers. How many rotating drafts? 37?
37.
It's
35.
insane. Let's get a good pizza over there. And you're here every week to teach us about what beers you have and what we could drink. And that's my impromptu way. I'll get the official thing out there for you. But you're doing good. Everything well?
You're much better at tasting beer than you are talking about it so far. Just
Well, it's the beer. Just holding it in my hand so that it goes right to my head.
yeah, everything's doing good. A good week. Looking for a good weekend. We're gonna have fun.
Awesome. And I'm excited to try this beer today. We'll get to that in a minute. Bill is here from mybeerbuzz.com. Bill, how are you, sir?
Happy Friday. I'm doing well. How are you today?
Well, until I realized I just dropped the ball on something super important, I felt like I was doing okay. But what can you do, right? What can you do? So we have a lot to get to here. We have a lot to get to, and I have an idea of what this beer is, and I'm super excited. So what do you got? Some beer news?
We do. We have a Beer Buzz first, and it's a sort of a three-parter, but we'll make
3 parts? Okay, I'm ready.
Yeah. Somebody wrote in and asked, about how many craft breweries are there in the United States, and where are they? Where are the most?
Let's list all of
And
them.
so how many craft breweries are there in the United States? Yeah, there are 9,118 in 2021. And here's the sort of a sad number. There are currently about 8,700. We were talking about dropping and losing craft breweries, and we are. But the good news is that there are 1,200 new ones in planning. So you can sort of use whatever number you want. And what state has the most breweries? And we'll count them backwards. Believe it or not, number 5 is Pennsylvania.
Nice. All right, that's good.
401. Washington State, 423. New York, 425. Colorado, also 425. And California, the number 1,
4,000.
907. 907. They got a lot.
Yeah.
And then you can sort of correlate that into the third part as what state has the most beer production. And it doesn't always line up with the most breweries. So we'll count them backwards again. New York, and these are in terms of barrels per year. And barrels, 31 gallons, you can do the math. New York, 1,347,000 barrels.
Wow.
Florida, 1,401,000 barrels. Colorado, 1,529,000 barrels. Pennsylvania, 3,606,000
We did it.
barrels. Yep. And the number 1, California, 3,664 million barrels. And keep in mind, Pennsylvania, much of that number is Yingling. So, that accounts for a lot. But California, leading the way here in a lot of categories. And so to complement that, we will lead our beer news with some California news coming to us from Sierra Nevada, in Chico, California, and Mills River, North Carolina. We have some new beers. They're going to bring back Narwhal for 2022, and that will be in new 12-ounce bottles. That beer hits 10.2% ABV. They're coming out with Cold Torpedo IPA, part of a variety pack. And that's sort of a, we've talked about these cold IPAs. They're sort of almost a lager-like IPA. That beer will hit 7%. They're also coming out with Cryo Fresh Torpedo Wet Hop IPA, and that uses Yakimichi's cryo hops. and some experimental hops. That beer hits 7% ABV. That is 12-ounce bottle. And they have a new one also supporting the Ukraine called Resist, and they're calling it an anti-imperial IPA in support of Ukraine.
That's
7%
clever.
ABV, 45 IBU, and 12-ounce cans.
I like that.
We have one other tidbit of news, and then we'll get to the beer. Stone continues on with their Enjoy By series. Next one coming is Enjoy By 10/31/22. That's Halloween if you're looking at your calendar. And that is a hazy IPA. As always, they all hit 9.4% ABV. And so far, I'm only seeing 12-ounce cans. So stay tuned for more packaging.
Nice.
That is our beer news of the day. As always, you can click on the Breaking Beer News tab on mybeerbuzz.com for
I
more
was gonna
details.
say, you're kind of selling yourself short there by saying this is the last thing we have, because there's thousands of stories every. I don't know how you do anything else. You just keep updating with beer news and beer news and beer news. So you do a good job with that. So check it out, mybeerbuzz.com. All right, so this
I
is.
have a BeerBuzz robot.
Well,
Not yet.
I'm not trying to brag, but we all do. We all get. No, I don't know. I wouldn't know what to do with one. I would be wasting it. All right, Lindo brought this beer in, and did you say the word bomb pop?
Yeah.
Oh, I think I heard about this, and I'm very excited.
So, I mean, we
The
were gonna,
featured beer today.
I probably should have did it last week, but last week I couldn't change. I mean, when something happens in the beer area, I mean, if in our area, when you have a beer that just explodes so much that everybody's looking for it, everybody's asking for it. Last week I should have talked about this, but we had Cape May on, and I'm happy that we did that for the Cape May launch. But Susquehanna Brewery and Funk Brewery came out with a beer, and a lot of people have been really looking for it, and it's called Bomb Pop.
So that's the name they go with. Okay.
It's Bomb Pop, and it is a shandy, and it doesn't happen very often when everybody starts looking for the same beer at the same time. And all of last week, if I had $1 for every person that called looking for the beer last week, it would have been amazing. But it was all Bomb Pop, Bomb Pop, Bomb Pop. We sold 20-some cases of this shandy in maybe 5 hours by the 4-pack. It was just like everybody was looking for it, everybody was coming for it, and now we do have it in stock on draft, so I figured we would come in and try it so I could see if you think this beer is worth the hype of what exploded last week.
Okay, I'm curious. I gotta say, like the Bomb Pop, the popsicle itself, my favorite. It's perfect for people who are
But you're talking
indecisive.
about the original Bomb Pop, because now there's like every single flavor Bomb Pop.
Yeah, including one with banana. Get out of here.
You
Like,
mean the original American red, white, and blue Bomb Pop?
Yes, that
Okay.
one. That's a little cherry. It's got the blue raspberry, I think it was, and the lemon.
Yep.
It's perfect for an indecisive kid, and it's just the flavors work perfect. Anyhow, I love that. All right, so here we go. I'm gonna try it.
So one of the best parts about this beer being on draft now is we had to promote it online, and my friend Shannon that does all the photos and everything for us at the restaurant and at the bar, she bought a box of Bomb Pops, so it made the pictures better. So now I have Bomb Pops for like the whole week. It's been going.
This is.
The Bomb Pop, if you look at the history of this thing, the Bomb Pop started out of the Cold War. It was shaped like a bomb. It was a patriotic popsicle. And it was started by Merritt Foods, by a guy named D.S. Abernathy and James Merritt. And it came out in 1955. I mean, I can't believe it's been around that long. And I was confused, and it sounds like we may be as well. The original one was cherry, blueberry, blue raspberry, and lime were the original flavors. And now, as you mentioned, there's a watermelon flavor, there's a Hawaiian punch flavor, there's a banana fudge flavor, there's a
Bill, be honest.
rancher flavor. They're all over.
Bill, be honest. Did you really know that, or did you have to look that up? I wish
I had to look it up. I
wish I knew the history of the Bomb Pop. That was on
the white.
point.
I always assumed that the white was vanilla.
Oh, I always thought it was. I thought it was lemon, but I think I've heard this before. I almost feel like we had this conversation.
I also, I've had somebody tell me it was lime before. I know I've heard it, but I always thought it was lemon always.
Yeah, it's. But do we all agree the banana fudge one should just take a different name? Like, how un-American are you that you're to take the red, white, and blue out of the Bomb Pop? Jerks.
Now the actual beer uses raspberry juice and natural lemon flavor. So the beer leans into that lemon. But yeah, I had to look it up. 1955. It was originally cherry, lime, and blue raspberry.
So I guess, I mean, when you eat a Bomb Pop and you get into it and you have the different flavors and the different bites as you go down the Bomb Pop, I guess this is what happens when you melt it together and you put it all in one.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you were to turn a bomb pop sideways and eat it like a corn on the cob, you could get a little red, but I think slowly you just kind of ease into
That
that.
doesn't work when you get to the stick, though.
No, it definitely
Then
doesn't.
you lose the other half, right?
No, well, I'm just saying, like, if you were to eat little bites out of the different colors, you would get different flavors. I've never really got that. I usually eat it from the top down, like, I guess you're supposed to. But like this, you're right. That's what the thing. This is actually really delicious. But
I'm surprised Shannon didn't send the popsicles with you to dunk in your beer.
I would have ate them before I got
now
here.
that I like that. Is that something you thought about trying? I mean, is that something?
Somebody asked us why we weren't serving bomb pops as garnish on the beer.
Garnish.
Which I thought would have been a good idea. But so I've been eating these things. I guess I'm going too far.
No, you're good. This is good.
But
No, you're
I've
good.
been eating these things this week, and I took one out of the freezer because we have the freezer underneath the bar for the whiskey ice, and I took it out and I take a bite out of it, and I didn't realize that some people will be offended by somebody biting a popsicle. They said that it hurt their teeth.
Oh yeah, some people don't like that.
Watching me take a bite out of the popsicle. So I mean, is that something that you do? Would you are you a popsicle biter? or
I'm not.
No.
I'm not I'm a eventual biter. Like, cause sometimes you have to bite all pieces.
It so doesn't fall on the floor.
But for the most part, my intentions going in are always to eat it traditionally. Licking it, I don't want to keep describing it. It sounds weird.
That'll
Yeah,
be on the arrest report, the eventual biter.
Yeah. The police are searching for a man. His lips are really red right now.
All right, back to the beer.
But the beer,
So,
okay, the beer.
So the beer,
Yeah.
raspberry and lemon shandy. My first thought was it's going to be too sweet. It's not too sweet.
No, it's not.
The tartness covers up the sweetness a little bit, so it is a pretty good blend, and I think it's really good. Does it live up to the hype?
It tastes like I really love bomb pops. I've said this a lot already, and it's really good. But I'm kind of torn between getting something that tastes more like a beer. Like the last week's was the tan limes.
Yeah.
Like to me, that was a beer that tasted like a beer, and it had a lime flavor that I really liked. This, I'm like, I like it, but it's not a bomb pop. I almost would rather have a bomb pop with a regular beer, if that makes sense. But this is really delicious.
I think one of the reasons why the hype is there so much is because if you don't necessarily, I mean, if you like beer, you can drink this, it's good.
Yeah, yeah.
If you don't like beer, you can drink this, and it's good.
Yo, absolutely, yeah. Like if you wouldn't have told me it was bomb pop, I wouldn't have made the connection. So it's great marketing on their part.
Oh yeah,
absolutely. And it's a
And a lot
delicious
of people
beer.
have a very nostalgic, nostalgic reference to the bomb pops
Yeah.
from their childhood, and now they're old enough to have a beer. A shandy ale is like a radler. I know we've done radlers on the show. It's typically a beer cut with fruit juice.
Right.
In this case, like I said, it's lemon and raspberry.
Right.
But they're typically wheat based, and I don't know if this one is, but it's 4.2% ABV.
It's good.
16-ounce cans, Linda.
it was 16-ounce cans, but we
They're
ran out of
gone,
those so
yeah.
fast. So right now it's only available on draft, in-house and to go in a 32-ounce growler. If you wanted to bring in your own growler, refill that as well.
And Bill, look, I hate to be this way. I got to run. Have an awesome weekend. I just realized we're like really late on time, and Joe Snedeker's got to come up next. And,
Sorry, Joe.
This is good. Good information, and it definitely, I think it's worth the hype. Have a good weekend, Bill. Okay. I'm gonna wrap this.
Yeah,
thing
you
up
too.
here.
Have a good weekend.
We'll talk next week. I'm sorry. I feel rude cutting him off that quick. I think it is worth the hype just to say you tried it because it's good. But
If you want to try it, come on down because it's not going to be there long.
All right. It is the Friday Beer Buzz, powered by Sabatini's Pizza. Sabatini's Bottle Shop and Bar in Exeter. The area's greatest selection of rare, craft, and imported beers. Growlers, Crowlers, 37 rotating drafts, Sabatini's Pizza, Sabatini's Bottle Shop and Bar, Wyoming Avenue in Exeter. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being patient with my sloppiness. And thank you for bringing a beer I really enjoy, even though I'm questioning whether or not I'd rather have, anyway.
Got it.
It is the Friday Beer Buzz, bringing good beers and good people together.